Well, still on the foreign news, the former President Biden paid hush money to an adult film star and a Playboy model and faces looming trials over a rape allegation. In August 2015, at Trump's tower in New York, Donald Trump met with Michael Cohen, then his lawyer and fixer, and David Pecker, then chief executive of the American media, owner of the National Enquiry. According to the indictment of the former president unsealed in New York this week, Pecker agreed to help with Trump's campaign for the Republican nomination, looking out for negative stories about Trump and then alerting Cohen.
Well, in the Donald Trump in 1997 in New York City, it felt like tentacles, the women who accused Trump of sexual misconduct. It was a catch-and-kill deal, a common tabloid practice in which Pecker would buy potentially damaging stories but not put them in print. Last year, however, a New York Times reporter got to the heart of the matter. In a book, Confident Man, The Making of Donald Trump and the Breaking of America, Maggie Herberman says that around the same time as the meeting with Pecker and Cohen, Sam Nunberg, a political advisor, asked Trump for his biggest concern about running. Trump had a simple reply: the women.
Well, Trump now faces 34 counts, all felonies of falsifying business records with intent to conceal another crime, breaches of campaign finance laws. All the charges relate to the 130,000 US dollars Cohen paid Stormy Daniels, the adult film star and director who claims an affair Trump denies, and how Cohen was repaid 420,000 US dollars, including 50,000 US dollars for another expense. Cohen has said it was for rigged polls, another $180,000 to cover taxes, and a $60,000 for bonus. But the New York indictment is not the only form of legal jeopardy Trump now faces, as well as state and federal investigations of his election subversion. A federal investigation of his retention of classified records and a civil lawsuit over his business practices. He faces a civil defamation suit arising from an allegation of rape as well.
Well, Trump has been accused of sexual misconduct or assault by at least 26 women. One of them, the writer Jean Carroll, says Trump raped her in a department store changing room in New York in the mid-1990s. Trump denies the allegation. Carroll has sued him twice for defamation and battery. The latest suit under the Adult Survivors Act, a New York law which gave alleged victims of crimes beyond the statute of limitations a year to bring civil claims. In the defamation case, trial has been delayed. The case under the Adult Survivors Act is due to go to trial on April 25th. To the New York writer Molly Jong-Fast, host of the Fast Politics podcast, there is some sense of poetic justice in Trump finally facing a legal reckoning in cases arising from his treatment of women. But Jong-Fast says, the thing I'm sort of struck by is like how much women continually are dismissed even in this situation, she says.
Well, there's so much talk about the Stormy Daniels case. There was so little talk about actually what happened there. There was also nothing about how he was married to his third wife, Melania Trump, and she had just had a child, Baron Trump, and he had his affair. He denies the affair, but the affair is pretty much documented. She says that as close to truth is in Trump's word as possible, but we are discussing the nuisance of who paid the hush money and whether or not that's a campaign contribution and whether that rises to a federal crime. Meanwhile, in a developing story, China has warned that peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait and independence for Taiwan are mutually exclusive, as it has concluded 3 days of live fire drills near the self-governed island in response to Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen's recent trip to the United States.
Quote, if we want to protect peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait, we must firmly oppose any form of Taiwan independence separatism. This is from Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson Wang Wenbin, is what he said at a briefing on Monday. The war games simulated strikes on Taiwan and encirclement of the island, and a state media report said dozens of planes had practiced an aerial blockade. But we will give you updates as this unfolds.